Hi friends, thanks for joining me. I'm Gabby Coletta, and we are practicing today in the beautiful desert of Joshua Tree, California. Today's practice will be moving in a mandala, a circle, and kind of aligned with the essence of a circle is this idea of continuity and transition. So today's invitation as we move through practice is, can we learn to play with our transitions, whether it's on the mat or in life, with a little more ease, wonder, and curiosity? The human tendency is to figure out what's next, to know. Uncertainty is something that naturally makes people uncomfortable. So a lot of this practice is really designed to start to find a little bit of joy in the discomfort. Trust the transition, trust the process, and can you just surrender into the flow, surrender into simply being in process, because after all, our entire life is being in process. The quote that is inspiring this is by Mary Oliver, an amazing poet. And she says, "Do you bow your head to pray, or do you look up at the blue sky? Take your choice. Prayers fly from all directions." So as we move, you have the opportunity to choose how you want to receive and engage with your practice. We'll begin in child's pose. Take your knees wide, big toes touch. Reach your arms long in front of you, and let your forehead come to rest on the earth. Eyes soft or closed. If your forehead doesn't reach the ground, then maybe you just stack hands or fists or place a brick. Take a moment to surrender your weight to the earth, to let the bones get heavy. Let the sits bones sink towards the heels, the shins melt into the earth. And the forehead soften into the support beneath you. See if you can just release any tension in the muscles, any holding. And just let your whole body find ease. Sukha. As your bones get heavy, take a deep breath in, big breath, arrival breath in the body through the nose. And exhale to sigh it out. Shins heavy, arms relaxed. And 2 more big arrival breaths as you inhale. Maybe sense the skin on the back stretch. And exhale, a soft melting. And 1 more big breath, inhaling, breath canvassing the entire body. Full exhale. And start to deepen your breath. Start to elongate and stretch the breath. Inhale through the nose, expanding, rinsing the breath through the body. And exhale through the nose, slowly emptying the breath out, letting the muscles soften as you do. And just witnessing the flow of the breath, and how throughout our entire lives, this breath continues to be in transition, in this rhythm of expansion and contraction, beginning, ending, in the space in between. And perhaps you even notice there's this sense of trust after the exhale, that you know another breath will come. And just feel into that knowing in your body. Each inhale, sending prana, life force, throughout the body. And each exhale, emptying out what's no longer needed. Whether it's sticky thoughts, tension, toxins. And if you have Ujjayi breath in your practice, this victorious breath, you'll gently seal the lips, constrict the back of the throat, and continue to deepen the breath in and out of the nose, almost like the sound of the ocean or the sensation of fogging a mirror. Reach the arms long in front of you if they're not there already. Slowly rock side to side, massaging the forehead on the earth. Connecting with the space between the brows, Agnya chakra, your space for intuition, knowing. Wiggle into the hips a bit here. And just inviting fluidity into the bones, into the muscles, into the body, and the tissues. Start to walk your hands over to the right side of the mat. Left hand can come on top of right if it's accessible. Take a big inhale, stretching the breath in the left ribs. And as you exhale, pull the left hip back. Slowly come through center, and then walk the hands to the other side. Right hand over left if it's accessible. Then big inhale to stretch right ribs, fanning open. And exhale to pull your right hip back towards the heel. Walk the hands through center, spread the hands. And then rise up to table. Parallel the shins. Next inhale, draw your heart forward, lift the chin, the gaze. Cow pose. Then exhale to press the earth away, round the back, drop the head heavy, cat. Take a few breaths here, just starting to open the front of the heart, as well as the back of the heart. Notice the parts of the body touching the earth as you move, your source of stability. So even as we start to transition in our practice and explore space on the mat, moving in a mandala, a circle, you can always find stability by noticing the parts of the body touching the earth. Really spread the hands, anchor the shins down, stay with cow and cat, or invite your own fluid, intuitive movement, C-curving the spine, barreling the torso, rolling the head, your choice. Couple breaths. Come back to center. Start to walk your hands long in front of you. Keep your hips over your knees. Take an inhale to lengthen the side body, and then exhale, Anahatasana. Melt your heart towards the earth. Maybe the chin comes down, maybe the forehead, maybe none. As the heart melts down, can you find a little lift in the armpits? Even knit the low ribs in and up. Another breath here, just letting your heart, your shoulders open. And walk the hands back towards you. Table pose. Send your right arm to the sky. Big breath here. Open up this wingspan. And then roll the wrist a few times in one direction, and a few times in the other direction. And take a big breath. Thread right arm underneath left. Rest the right shoulder, the right cheek. Thread the needle. You can keep pressing the left fingers into the earth to deepen your twist. We'll be here for a few breaths. You can walk the left fingers towards the front of the mat, long line of energy from your left hip to left fingers. Lean into your right shoulder to spiral deeper into your twist, rolling your heart to the sky. Option to send the left leg back, tucking the toes. Traveling your awareness down the back of the left leg for a little stretch or breath here. Stay or float your leg. Stay or find a bind, heart opening, getting a little quad stretch for 3, 2, and 1. Whatever variation you've chosen. Slowly return left leg to meet the right. Left hand frames the face, press into the earth, right arm to sky. And release the hand down. Other side, lift the left arm up, big wingspan. Couple circles with the wrists here. Switch directions. And then thread left arm under right. Rest the left shoulder, left cheek. Thigh bones are straight up and down. You can come to tent on the right fingers and press them into the earth to spiral a deeper twist in the spine. Or you can play with one of the variations you took on the first side. You can send right leg back, tucking the toes. And just notice the sensation in the body. Be present even as you move from one pose to another. Keeping the breath steady. The bind is here if you took it. One more breath. When you're ready, right knee meets the left, right hand frames the face, press into the earth, send the left arm to the sky, and release. One more round of cow and cat here, heart peels forward, chin and gaze lift, and press the earth away and round. Come back to your neutral table, and then just sit the hips onto the heels, Virasana. You can place a brick in between your feet if that's supportive. Take a moment. If you want, you can place one hand on your heart, one hand over that hand, or both hands at Anjali Mudra. Using the power of your awareness, your presence, I invite you to set an intention for your practice. Gently bow head towards heart, honoring this intention. Release the hands, sweep them up overhead, grow tall. And then twist to the right, left hand to right knee, right hand comes to the sacrum or fingertips to earth. One more breath. Inhale back to center. Other side, twist. Inhale back to center. This time, right fingers come to the earth, left fingers crescent up and over for a side stretch. Roll the top pinky fingers down, roll the heart to the sky. Come back to center, grow tall in the spine. Other side, left fingers down, right fingers crescent up and over. Roll your heart to the sky, take a big breath, fanning open right ribs. And back to center. Both hands to the earth, table pose, all fours. Tuck the toes, draw the belly in, send the hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, first down dog. Take a few breaths here to make this your own. You can settle into stillness, or you can pedal the feet, tick-tock the heels side to side, just waking up parts of the body, noticing where you feel sensation, where you don't, what's tight, what's open. Start to spread the hands, anchor into the L of the hands. Let the hands be shoulder width apart, maybe a little wider if your shoulders feel tight. Really lengthen the side body, tilt the tailbone up and back, a little bend in the knees as you melt the heels to the earth. Take a full breath, let the breath expand the ribs in all directions, and a full exhale. And then walk the big toes in, walk the feet in, big toes touch. Send the sit bones high to the sky, and then exhale, swivel the toes, the knees to the left, sink the hips towards the heels. A little twisty dog, dancing dog here. Hips back up to the sky, stick your booty up high, press the floor away with your hands, and take it the other side. Swivel toes and knees to the right, sink the hips towards the heels. Inhale back to center, press the earth away, one more time left. Sink it down, side body stretch. Inhale back to center and take it to the right. Toes and knees bend towards the right, hips sink towards heels. Come back to center, walk your feet hips width apart, maybe a little wider. Keep grounding into your right hand, take your left hand to the opposite ankle, shin, calf. Down dog twist as you spiral your gaze under the right armpit. Keep sinking both heels down. Try to have even weight in both feet. And then release the left hand down. Other side, right hand to opposite ankle, shin, calf. Start to spiral the gaze under the left armpit. One more breath here. Press the earth away with your left hand, and then release right hand down. Feet hips width apart. Adjust if you took it wider. And then inhale, ripple forward into plank pose, shoulders over wrist, crown of head reaches forward. You can always drop the knees down. Exhale, hips up and back. Down dog. Twice more, breath and body moving together as you inhale, ripple forward, long line of energy. Exhale, navel draws in, hips up and back. Down dog. Once more, ripple forward to plank, spread the hands, widen the collarbones, back of neck long, hips up and back, down dog. Shift forward into plank, and this time lower knees, chest chin to the earth, slide onto the belly, untuck the toes, tent the fingers on either side wide, elbows point up. Inhale, lift the heart, slide the shoulders down the back, wide arm Bhujangasana. Exhale, ripple the forehead down. Add a twist as you inhale, lift the heart. Drop left shoulder, look over right. Inhale back to center, heart lifts. Drop right shoulder, look over left. Inhale back to center, heart lifts, navel tones in. Exhale, forehead down. Release the hands next to the shoulders, and then press yourself into down dog using either all fours or through plank, your choice. Big breath, full exhale. Shift your gaze to the front of the mat. Start to walk your feet up to the front mindfully, feeling the earth beneath each foot. We'll meet in a forward fold and let your torso just drape over your ribs, head heavy. You can let your palms turn up and just kind of surrendering the weight of your whole top body towards the ground, head heavy. You can sway side to side or grab opposite elbows. If you're ready for a little more heart opening, interlace the hands behind the back and let the clasped hands fall forward. Keep the jaw relaxed, the tongue soft, back of neck long. And keep the breath steady. Release the hands down. Find your half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Weight in the fronts of the feet. Hands can come to shins or thighs. Exhale, forward fold. Fingers in line with toes. Crown of head towards earth. 2 more times, breath and body together. Inhale, long spine, half lift. Exhale, fold a little bit deeper. Ribs to thighs, forehead to shins. Once more, inhale, half lift. Pull the shoulders away from ears. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift, pause. Plant your left hand in front of the face. Right hand reaches to the sky for a twist. Deep bend into the left knee as you straighten the right leg. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Take another inhale across this wingspan. Exhale, release right hand down. Other side, left arm sweeps up. Deep bend into the right knee as you straighten left leg. Your exhale twists you a little bit deeper. And release the hand down. Half lift, long spine, a little bend in the knees. Exhale to fold. Soft bend in the knees. Press through the 4 corners of the feet to roll yourself to Tadasana, mountain pose, standing, moving slowly, unraveling, present in the process of becoming. Then turn the palms forward. Take a moment, close the eyes or soften the gaze, but send your awareness all the way down into the feet. Feet parallel, 4 corners of the feet grounding down. And then active inner arches drawing up, pulling in that earth element of stability. We'll begin with rotating sun salutations to warm up the body. Right leg leads. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky, grow tall, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold all the way down, Uttanasana. Find your half lift, long spine, pull the shoulders away from ears. Then plant the hands, step your right foot back. Lower the knee to the earth, untuck the toes, Anjaneyasana. Sweep the arms forward and up, pinky fingers wrap in, heart lifts. Exhale, hands to the earth. Listen carefully, tuck your back toes, walk towards the right. Stay low all the way to face the back of your mat. Left knee drops, untuck back toes, Anjaneyasana towards the back of the mat. Lift the heart, draw the navel in. Exhale, hands to the earth. Tuck your left toes, step into plank. Modified chaturanga unless you feel ready for the full version, your choice. Lower knees, chest, chin. Slide onto your belly, bhujangasana. Loop the shoulders back, lift the heart, press tops of feet down. Exhale to release. Tuck the toes, press through plank or table, down dog. Left leg rises high, long line of energy, keep your hips square to the mat. Step the foot between the hands, lower your back knee down. Untuck the toes, Anjaneyasana towards the back. Lift the arms to the sky, palms face each other, heart lifts. Exhale, hands down. Tuck your right toes, continue the circle to the right, walking your hands along the long edge of the mat to face the front. Drop your left knee down, your back knee, untuck your back toes, Anjaneyasana towards the front. Lift the heart, lift the arms. Exhale, release the hands down. Tuck your back toes, look forward to the top of the mat, and step forward to the top. Find your half lift. Exhale to fold. Reverse swan dive, press through the feet, reach the arms out to the side, up overhead, palms meet. Hands come to heart center, samastitihi. We're adding on, left leg leads. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, grow tall, palms reach to the sky. Exhale, swan dive forward into a fold all the way down. Half lift, long spine. Plant the hands, step your left foot back, lower the knee to the earth. Anjaneyasana, reach the arms forward and up. Traction your front heel toward your back knee, lift the heart, tone the belly in. Release the hands down. Tuck your left toes, walk towards the left and pause, facing the long edge of the mat. Ground your right hand down in front of the face, lift your left arm up to twist, even weight in both feet. Release the left hand down. Other side, right arm up, twist towards the front. Release the right hand down, and then keep walking the hands towards the back of the mat. Anjaneyasana towards the back. Drop your right knee, untuck the toes, sweep the arms forward and up. Lift your heart, and release hands down. Tuck your right toes, step into plank. Chaturanga or modified, you can always skip it. Lower halfway or knees, chest, chin. Low cobra or up dog. Down dog is where we meet, hips up and back. Right leg rises, reach through the heel. Step the right foot between the hands, lower the back knee down, untuck the toes. Anjaneyasana here, sweep the arms forward and up, lift the heart, relax the shoulders. And then release the hands down. Tuck the left toes, walk towards the left, pause at the long edge of the mat, big toes in slightly. Ground your right hand down in front of the face. Send the left arm to the sky, twisting, opening up. Release left hand down. Twist towards the back of the mat, right hand reaches up, shoulders in one line, and release. Walk the hands towards the front of the mat. Drop your right knee, untuck the right toes. Anjaneyasana, completing this salutation. Lift the heart, and release both hands down. Look forward, and then step forward to the top, half lift, heart pulls up. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, press through the feet, rise tall to stand, palms meet. Hands come to heart center, samastitihi. Pause here. Lift your heart into your thumbs, soften the shoulders down the back. Lengthen the back of the neck, the crown of the head to the sky. And just notice where your mind is. Notice where your thoughts are. Notice how the body feels as it's moved through transition. And bring your attention to one thing that's present, be it your breath, the texture of the earth beneath your feet, your intention. Release the hands down. Start to ground into your right foot. On your inhale, reach the arms up as you lift the left leg to 90-degree bend. Take your right hand to the outside of the left leg, left arm sweeps back for a twist in a balance. Keep spiraling the outer left hip down as you twist. Relax the shoulders, maybe the gaze follows the left fingers. Slowly turn your torso back to center, hands to heart. Keep your left leg lifted, flex the left ankle, and cross left ankle just above right knee. Sink it into figure 4, chair. Try to keep the hips level. Notice if the right hip pops out to the side and really activate that glute. Sink a little lower. Lift the heart, soften the jaw. And then stand back up, left knee, 90-degree bend. Inhale here. Exhale, pour your heart forward, kick your left leg back, and pause in warrior 3. Hands can remain at heart center. Keep spiraling the outer left hip down so your hips are square to the mat. You can keep your hands here, flying back, or take a bind behind you and then punch the knuckles back. Crown of head reaches forward. Lift the low ribs in and up, one more breath. And then step the left toes towards the back of the mat. Reach the arms forward and up. High lunge. Stay for an exhale to settle in. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Stack your right knee over the ankle. Even squeeze the outer glutes towards each other. And press the back thigh up towards the sky. Inhale here, long side body. Exhale to open arm twist to your right. Arms out to a T, palm faces the long edge of the mat. Relax the shoulders down. Stay here, or you can exalt. Right arm, right hand to the back thigh, left arm up. Slight back bend, heart opening here. But keep leaning into your right knee. On your next breath, we'll open up in warrior 2, spiraling the back heel down and taking our arms wide. Your right knee is bent, hips and shoulders are open to the long edge of the mat. Relax the shoulders. Flip your front palm up, find reverse warrior reach, up and back. Stay for your exhale to sink a little lower. One more inhale. Exhale, extended side angle, right forearm to the inner thigh or to the earth. Left arm can come straight up, palm faces long edge, or towards the front. Lean your left shoulder back. Stay or take the left arm behind the back for a half bind. Roll your heart to the sky. Unravel the bind if you took it. Reverse warrior. Inhale, right arm up and back. Mindful transition into Skandasana. We're going to windmill the arms down to the long edge of the mat. Walk it across the long edge as we pivot left toes out. Toe and knee bend in the same direction. We'll just take it side to side here. Low side lunge, Skandasana. You can keep the hands on the earth for the most support. Any pain in the leg, then keep a little bend in your straight leg knee. You can fly the arms. Keep them at prayer. About 2 more breaths here. Then slowly walk the hands to face the back of the mat. All 10 toes face the back. Drop your right knee down. Anjaneyasana towards the back. Reach your arms forward and up. Exhale, hands to prayer at heart center. Inhale, long spine, lift the heart up. And then twist to your left, hooking right elbow around left knee. And taking a prayer twist. Modification, right hand can come to the inside of the right foot. Left hand can come to sacrum or to sky or reaching back. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Take one more breath. And slowly unravel, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands down. Tuck the back toes. Send your front leg long and back, three-legged dog. Rinse it through a vinyasa or skip it, your choice. Once you arrive in down dog, take a big breath, fill up. Full exhale. Right leg, same leg we just used a lot. Right leg rises, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to right elbow, shift your weight forward, little core work. Send the leg long and back. Knee to nose, round the upper back, cat pose in the upper back, and then send the leg long and back. Knee carves across the body, either hold or find fallen triangle. Spin to the inseam of the back foot, lift the left arm up. And release left hand down. Right leg rises, long and back. Exhale, knee to nose, and land the foot between the hands. Rise up, crescent lunge. Soften the shoulders, square your hips towards the short edge of the mat. Take the hands to heart. Inhale, lift the heart, and then twist to your right. Hook the left elbow around the right knee, press elbow into knee to deepen the twist. You can stay here. You can always place left hand to the earth, right arm to the sky. If you want to work a little more into the shoulders, you can do fly away on the other side or take it into a bind. One more breath. Unravel to a high lunge, hands to heart. Hands reach up. Spiral the back heel down, open warrior two, and then straighten your right leg. Whew. You might toe heel the back foot in. Trikonasana, inhale, right arm reaches long, long side body. Right hand comes to the earth, peace fingers to big toe or shin, just not pressing weight in. Left arm reaches up. Press into the ball mound of your left foot. Scoop your right hip down and towards the long edge of the mat. Stay here or drop the top arm behind the back for a half bind. Shoulder opening, heart opening here. One more breath. Unravel your bind if you took it. Rise up and rotate right toes in. Wide-legged stance here, so big toes in slightly, outer edges of the feet line with short edges of the mat. Inhale, arms to a T. Exhale to fold all the way down. A few choices here. Hands in line with the feet, half lift for a long spine first, and then exhale to settle into a fold. If you feel like you need more stability in your practice, stay with the fold. And just deepen on each exhale, ribs towards thighs, thighs drawing up. Alternatively, if you want a little more play, perspective, inversion is here for you. Headstand. So you're welcome over the next 5 breaths to choose either deepening into this fold or a headstand practice. Slow breaths wherever you're choosing to be. If you're in the fold, make sure your weight is near the fronts of the feet. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. If you're in the headstand, slowly make your way down from headstand. Then everybody bring the hands just underneath the shoulders. Find a half lift in this wide-legged fold. Walk your hands towards the front of the mat. Keep your hands on the inside of the left foot. Toe heel the left foot to the side. Drop your back knee down. Lizard lunge is where we meet. You can stay up on your fingertips, especially if you're finding rounding in the upper back. You might even bring the earth up to you with a brick. If it's accessible, you might come down a little lower. Forearms. Draw the collarbones wide. Peel the heart forward. You might even traction the forearms on the mat towards you to get that length in the spine, the heart open. We'll be here for a few breaths. You can stay in lizard, or if you know you want a little more heart opening, you can plant your right hand outside the mat, point the fingers away from you to keep the shoulder open. Left toes towards 10 o'clock, finding a twist or the bind. For more shoulder opening, kick your back foot back. For more quad stretch, pull the heel towards the sit bone. Spiral the heart up. One more breath. And then you'll release the bind if you took that version. Take an inhale here. Then exhale, shift your hips back into a variation of Ardha Hanumanasana, still with the left leg wide. So there's sort of like a little bit of a hip opener happening here. Flex the left toes towards you. Keep the collarbones broad. Draw the heart towards the front of the mat. Even tilt the pelvis forward. One more breath. Bend into your left leg, plant the hands down. Tuck your back toes. Lift the back knee up. Listen carefully. You can stay here, or we'll pulse, straightening the left leg, bowing inward, and then finding lizard again. Heart draws forward. Option to drop the knee down. 2 more pulses. Straighten, bow inward. And release, heart draws up to the sky. Once more, bow inward, release, and then look forward and step your right foot to the outside of the right hand. Sink the hips low for Malasana Yogi Squat. Press the elbows into the knees, hands to heart. Lift your heart into your thumbs. Relax the jaw, the tongue, the expressions on the face. See if the weight can be even underneath the sole of each foot. Just take a moment to settle into the stillness amidst our movement, our circles, our transitions. Stay here or take the arms to fly away side to side, a little more twisting. About 2 more breaths. One more breath. Come back to center. Press the elbows into the knees, lift the heart. Plant the hands down, lift the hips, and toe heel the feet in. Half lift, long spine. Exhale, fold deeper, head heavy. Little bend in the knees and just drape yourself up, 1 vertebrae at a time, all the way until we come to stand. Tadasana at the top of the mat. Take a moment to acknowledge the journey on one side, the subtle differences between one side and the other. And then rooting into your stability, your presence as you transition, whether that's your breath, your intention, or noticing sensation in the body, just ground your left foot down. Inhale, reach the arms up, lift your right leg up with it, 90-degree bend in the right leg. Keep the hips level with each other, and release left hand to the outside of the right knee, right arm sweeps back for a twist. Soften the shoulders down the back, wrap the outer right hip down, press into your standing foot as you lift your heart, your head to the sky. Just seeing if prayers are falling. And then slowly come back to center, hands to prayer. Take your right ankle, flex it, and place it over the left knee for figure 4 chair, sinking the hips low. So we keep that foot flexed, that ankle flexed, to protect any sickling, to keep the stability in our ankles as we walk, as we move through life. Try to keep the hips level, sink a little lower. Let your right knee really descend towards the earth. One more breath. On your inhale, stand up, swivel the right knee in. Big breath, long body. Pour your heart forward, kick your right leg back, move slowly like you're moving through honey, and pause in your Virabhadrasana 3, your warrior 3. Options to keep the hands at heart, to take the hand behind you, clasp the hands and press it back. Keep spiraling that outer right hip down. You can press through the heel or you can point your toe, your choice. One more breath. Drop the right toes towards the back of the mat. High lunge is where we meet. Reach your arms forward and up. Relax the shoulders. Draw your right hip forward, your left hip back. Sink a little lower. Stay with your breath. The inhale finds expansion. Stretch through the arms. The exhale sinks you a little deeper as you scissor the inner thighs together, finding that stability. Stay here or open arm twist to your left, arms out to a T, palms face the long edge of your mat. Keep pressing your back thigh up. Stay here or exalt for heart opener, reaching right arm up and back. Keep spiraling the outer left hip down, one more breath. Warrior 2, right heel swivels down, hips and shoulders open to the long edge of the mat. Take a moment to soften the shoulders away from the ears, sink deep. Try to keep the hips level, so if that right hip is popping up, drop it down as you pull the left hip crease to the sky. One more breath. Flip your left palm up, reverse warrior, sweep it up and back, side body stretch, and sink a little lower. One more inhale to lengthen. Exhale, extended side angle, left forearm to the thigh or hand to earth. Right arm reaches forward, roll your heart to the sky. Modification can be reaching straight up or a half bind. Keep drawing your right shoulder back. One more breath. Unravel the bind if you took it, reverse warrior. One breath here, inhale, up, side body stretch. And Skandasana, windmill the arms down, rotate your right toes out. Side to side we go. Now we'll be here for a little bit. I'll offer a few options. You can take Skandasana, add some flyaway arms and a bind, really opening into the shoulders and the heart, and take that side to side. If Skandasana is feeling tweaky in your knees, you can also hold goddess pose. An alternative option, if you want to go even deeper, is that you'll come into Skandasana and then lower your sit bones down. Take your left hand to your right ankle and then your right arm up and over for a side body stretch. Maybe you grab the toe, maybe you just stretch out to the side. You can stay there or bring it into a bind in this seated variation. We'll be here for about 6 more breaths, so really take your time in whatever variation you're choosing. Maybe you're sinking down to sit. Right hand to left ankle, left arm sweeps over. You can even press your right elbow into the thigh to help spiral the heart open, left shoulder back. There's the bind. Just choose what serves your practice. And eventually, a couple more breaths. We'll take it over to face the back of the mat. Low lunge at the back, left knee drops. Untuck the back toes, reach your right arms up to your both arms up to the sky. Then take the hands to heart. Inhale for your twist, long spine, twist to your right, hook left elbow around right knee. Press the elbow into the knee to leverage a deeper twist. You can always modify left hand down, right arm up, back, or sacrum. So these twists really help clear out. They help with the process of letting go emotionally. And often when we're in transition, part of the discomfort that comes out of transition is the inability to let go of how things are or how things were. So as you twist, imagine anything that feels stagnant, stuck, holding on in the past, preventing you from being in process, in becoming. As you exhale, imagine that just clearing out. Inhale, reach your arms to center to release fresh oxygenated blood rolling through as you release hands down. Tuck your back toes, right leg long and back, three-legged dog. And then rinse it through with the Vinyasa or skip it. Chaturanga, low cobra, up dog. Find what works in your body. Big inhale in your down dog, full exhale. Left leg rises high to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to left shoulder, shift your weight forward. Reach the leg long and back, knee to nose, round, leg long and back. Knee to opposite elbow for that twist. Fallen triangle is an option here, reaching right arm up, arms stacked in one line, and release right hand down. Right leg long and back. And mindfully plant the left leg long and back, Plant the left foot between your hands. Rise to high lunge. So we're in a high lunge at the back of our mat. Bring your hands to heart center. Continuing with our twisting. Inhale, long spine, lift the heart. Exhale, twist to your left, hooking right elbow around the left knee. You can keep pressing elbow into the knee. Your modification could be right hand down, left arm straight up. You can deepen with the flyaway arms or the bind. Find what works in your body for 2 more breaths. Soften the shoulders away from the ears, 1 more breath. Unravel your twist into your high lunge and open up warrior 2. Go straighten your left leg. We're moving into Trikonasana triangle here. So toe heel the back foot in if that helps with your stability. Keep a little micro bend in both knees and lengthen left side forward. Release left hand down towards the earth, the shin, big toe, right arm reaches to the sky. Giant T with the arms. Stay here or drop the top arm behind the back. Half bind here. Keep pulling your right shoulder back. Draw your thighs up. Imagine pulling up energy from the earth, 1 more breath. If you're in the half bind, unravel the top arm, rise up and rotate the left toes in. This time, both heels in, toes out. Goddess pose, sink down. Shins are straight up and down, knees over the ankles. See if you can stack shoulders over the hips, and then lengthen the tailbone down. Hands to heart. Breathe here. Relax the jaw. 1 more breath. Release the hands to the thighs. Inhale, long spine. Drop left shoulder, look over right. Twist. Back to center. Take it the other way. Couple times twisting here. Last twist. Come back to center. Straighten the legs. Parallel the feet. Arms long, inhale. Exhale to fold. Wide-legged fold here. We'll have a few options again. You can walk the hands in line with the feet, and then exhale, crown of head towards earth, weight in the fronts of the feet, pulling the shoulders away from the ears, just settling into this fold. If you want a little more twisting, Then you'll join me perhaps in toe heeling your feet in just a little bit. And you'll start to walk your right fingers over towards your left foot. Spiral your gaze under the right armpit and walk your left hand towards the right foot or right side of the mat. So it's like a down dog twist, like we started in the beginning of practice, but a little deeper in this wide-legged fold. Feel free to switch sides if you took the twist. Slowly unravel to center. Everybody find your half lift and walk your hands towards the front of the mat. We'll meet in our lizard lunge on our opposite side, left knee down. Take a few moments to settle in. You can stay up on the fingers, heart lifted, hips descending down. You can lower onto forearms. Find your threshold, that sweet space that might be a little bit in the space of discomfort, but still kind, still loving to your body. And see if you can just be there for a few breaths. The heart opener is here if you took it. Plant your left hand outside the mat, point the fingers away. You can stay at the twist, just pressing right hand into the thigh, toes point at 2 o'clock. You can find the bind. Three more breaths. Last 2. If you're in the bind, unravel, bring your torso to center. We'll all find this variation of Ardha Hanumanasana half split as we shift our hips back and flex the right toes towards us. Left thigh bone is straight up and down. And we're scooping that right sit bone, that right hip down and towards the front of the mat as we bow our heart towards the front. Take one more breath. Then bend into your right leg. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee up. Moving through those pulses, inhale, heart draws forward and up. Exhale to straighten and bow in. Twice more pulse. And straighten. Last one, pulse. And straighten. We're almost there. Bend into your front leg, look forward, and then step your left foot to the outside of the left hand for our Malasana Yogi Squat. So a few variations here. You can stay grounding here, Malasana. You can continue with the flyaway arms, take it into a bind. Or if Bakasana, arm balance is in your practice, you want a little more fire today, then you can play with the arm balance. Hands on the earth, knees towards the armpits, wrap the elbows back, lean forward, one foot comes off, maybe both. But honor what your practice needs. Notice if you have a tendency to push, and can you soften? Or if you have a tendency to kind of sit in comfort, can you challenge your edge? 2 more breaths. 1 more. Release the hands down, hips to the sky, toe heel the feet in. Feet are hips width apart. Take a really deep bend in the knees and slide the entirety of each hand, palm faces up underneath each foot. So the toes are actually touching the wrist creases. Find your half lift to traction lengthen the spine, and then exhale, pull the elbows out to the side, let the head get heavy, draw the shoulders down the back. Few breaths here, deepening into this fold, opening up the hamstrings, the low back. One more breath. Take the hands out from underneath the feet. Find your half lift and fold. Half lift again, pause. Left hand grounds in front of the face, right arm to the sky. Find this twist like we did in the beginning of practice. And this is our last pose that we're kind of working up to before full grounding. You can stay here, or you can wrap the top arm behind the back and just keep on twisting, getting many benefits of the twist, opening the heart, because these twists help deepening our heart openers. You can stay here or weave your left hand between the legs and go for a bind, grabbing your hands, grabbing clothing. I'll show a modification if you can't quite reach the bind. Bird of paradise, some of you may have guessed it, is where we're going. So you'll ground into your right foot and slowly start to stand up with this bind. If you can't feel the bind, then you'll take just your right arm in the bind and your left leg out to the side, 90 degrees. You can also do peace finger to big toes and take that out to the side. Or you can be in your bird of paradise. Now, if you're going to go into the full expression, you'll straighten the leg. I'll demo this a little better on the other side because I'm working with an injury. But bird of paradise, the left leg would be straight. This is perfect too. You want to make sure that you're keeping the heart open, the collarbones broad. So if you're caving inward, then really practice lifting the heart up. One more breath. You can take it into tree pose too. When you're ready, you'll slowly lower the left foot down, reversing how we got in it. Left hand to the earth, right arm unravels, open. Release the right hand down. Half lift and fold. Take a full moment here, just really letting everything be loose and surrender. Last side here, half lift, right hand to the center, left arm to the sky. Deep bend into the right knee as you straighten left leg. Stay here or continue on with the top arm behind the back. Stay or thread your right arm in between the legs. Clasp the hands for your bind. Start to ground into your left foot. Maybe you just come to the tippy toes of your right, or maybe you start to stand up. Open across the chest. Stay here, or maybe you work into straightening your right leg. Heart still lifts. Again, variations could be half bind with the left arm, right arm to 90-degree bend, peace fingers to big toes, collarbones broad, heart lifting, or tree. So choose your level of practice for 2 more breaths. One more breath. When you're ready, you'll slowly release that right foot down, unraveling the same way we came. Right hand to the earth. Left arm sweeps back up to open and release. Half lift, long spine. Fold inward. Soft roll up to stand. Press through the feet. Rise up. And we'll pause. Hands on either side. Palms face forward. You can bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly, just feeling into your breath, your pulse, your practice. Notice what feels stable and steady. And call back your intention if you set one. Bring the feet hips width apart or big toes touch. We'll rinse through with a vinyasa, sweeping the arms to the sky, big breath, and folding inward. Half lift, long spine, plant the hands, step or float it back. Rinse through your vinyasa, child's pose is where we'll meet. Knees to the earth, body drapes towards earth. Take one more breath. We're going to move into a hip opener of choice. I'll lead us into pigeon, but if you know that that isn't supportive for your knees, just roll onto your back and find figure 4. From down dog, reach your right leg long and back. And plant your right knee behind the right wrist. Flex the toes, flex the feet. Lift the heart. And then soften into your pigeon. You can stay up on the forearms, stack fists, or let yourself come totally to the earth. And where can you soften? Can you let the back leg get a little heavier? The hips sink into the ground. The breath massage the entire body as you breathe. And so when we move through a lot of transition, or when we move through uncertainty, discomfort, emotionally, energetically, and physically, can be very beneficial to do these deeper hip openers that are connected to the earth element, to our source of grounding, our sense of stability amidst the chaos, our root chakra. You can stay here if you want a little more twisting. You'll lift the heart up and thread left arm underneath right. You can press the right fingers in or take a half bind, continuing with the heart opening. One more breath wherever you're choosing to be. If you're on figure 4 in your back, you'll just slowly make your way into the other side. If you're in pigeon, if you're in that twist, you'll unravel, hands to earth, heart drapes up. Tuck the back toes, right leg extends long and back. You can shake it out. You can rinse it through with a vinyasa. Where we'll meet is our pigeon or our hip opener on the other side. Left leg extends high. Knee drops behind the left wrist. So the more your shin comes parallel to the front of the mat, the deeper the hip opener. But just honor your threshold. If your hips are tight, then the heel might come closer to the groin. Hips square forward, heart lifts, and when you're ready, you can descend to your depth. Notice if there's a tendency to resist settling in and stillness. And see if you can be with the discomfort of stillness. The irony is that sometimes while transition can be daunting or challenging, we can also be so accustomed to the speed of it, kind of stuck on this culture of doing, moving. And so can we find these moments here where we just surrender to what is? Surrender to the stillness, to the boredom, to the distraction, to the resistance, trusting that there's medicine in that too. And if you took a variation, the twist, you'll thread your right arm under the left. You can take it into a bind. About 2 more breaths. When you're ready, you'll slowly bring your torso to center, drape your heart away. Tuck the back toes, send your left leg long and back. We're going to meet on our back, so if you're already on your back, stay there. You can rinse through a final vinyasa as you wish, if you wish, or just as you're ready. Mindfully make your way onto your back. As you arrive, draw the knees in and give yourself a little hug. Feel the imprint of your back sinking into the earth, and hug your right knee in as you extend left leg long and heavy. Offset your hips an inch to the right and drop the knee across the body for a twist. Reach your right arm out to a half T, palm faces up. Take a big rinse water breath. And a big exhale. And then turn back to center. Draw the left knee in, extend the right leg long. Give it a squeeze towards the armpit, and then shift your hips a little bit over to the left. Drop the knee across the body. Hips are stacked in one line. Left arm sweeps out. Palm faces up, so there's opening across the heart. One more big breath. Slowly come back to center. Give yourself a big squeeze. If there's something else you need in your practice, honor that. Otherwise, when you're ready, we'll find complete surrender into being through Shavasana. Legs long, arms on either side, palms in a space of receiving. Take the biggest breath of whole practice and let it go.